Hello there, and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time we are taking a look at the 1998 Lotus Elise 111S. This car was requested by Apex GT4, and it is one of the many Elises in this game. The first one we've actually driven, if you don't count the Elise GT1, which I won't because that's a completely different car. As far as the Elises go, this one is about middle of the range. It does have the highest weight of the Elises, however it has a fairly decent amount of power to make up for it. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive, 254 horsepower, 686 kilos of weight, decent amount of torque. Of course, if you want to see the breakdown as to which Elises are going to be running the racing mod and which ones aren't, you can do so in my form. Now, when it comes to the 111S, or when it comes to all the Elises, most of them are going to run race mod just because they have unique ones. For example, this car, you can see 111S written on the front, and of course it has unique wheels as well. I've painted it red. There's many colours it comes in, but you know, red to go with the red wheels made sense. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is Suzuki Scudo Pikes Peak Edition, that's their time 27.710. The Elise 111S is kind of unlikely, well, it's very unlikely in fact, to beat that. The bigger question here is whether it can beat the Tommy Kyra ZZS, which we've had go around. Now that got a 31.4, I believe it was, so whether the Elise can top that or not, well, remains to be seen. Alright, how do we do over the bumps? Doesn't seem to get on too badly with the bumps, which is a surprise. I believe someone in the comment section said that the Elises don't get along with the bumps particularly well, although I think they were more referring to the Motorsports Lotus Elise, which is again kind of a different car, I guess. It's sort of a bespoke version of the Elise, which costs 100,000 credits and can't be race modded, but in fact I don't know if it can be modified that much at all. Maybe it can. But yeah, it comes with about 290 horsepower. That's a different beast, we'll get into that soon. Also that one doesn't weigh quite that much. Ooh! Try and stop before the... I was trying to stop before the line so I could get a good run up on that one, because it all went a bit haywire across the grass there. That's the one issue with that final corner. It really is a bit of a weird one to take, because you've sort of got to decide whether you want a lot of speed on the next lap or you want a lot of speed coming into it. Because the thing is, if you're on a hot lap, you can really make some time up by cutting that corner. You'll see me do it occasionally. I'll bounce over this curb like I'm sort of about to here. I can sort of cut that a little bit. However, you won't get the best run up on the straight. The best thing to do is to take a wide line, and also that will negate some effects. Ooh, God. That will negate some issues that you can have. For example, when you go over the curb, there is more of a chance you can go on the grass on the start-finish straight, and you do not want to be on the grass on that start-finish straight, because that will completely mess up your top speed run down this final straight, which you really need because, well, it's the place where the cars can make the most speed up on the track. Anyways, we are now finally back on track after a couple of horrific laps. I will say the Elise has a bit of an understeer issue, which you wouldn't really expect from a Lotus, but yeah, that's what I'm getting, just understeer, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, apparently that first lap was really spot on, and the rest of these are just a bit crap. Right, we will try and go for the wide line as we come on to the start-finish straight. So let's see if we can make this last lap a hot lap, because, well, that's the whole point of this series, isn't it? Ooh, God. Try and catch the rear end. It does want to spin up the rear wheels occasionally. Again, the most prevailing factor of this car is just understeer, which wouldn't really expect, but, well, especially from a Lotus, but there you go. That is the way this cookie is going to crumble. Race to the line. It's not going to be any quicker. So actually, as it turns out, that first lap was our quickest lap, which does mean this car could have gone so much quicker. It's just I'm a bit of an incompetent buffoon when it comes to driving it. But either way, I do not see this as being any quicker than the Tommy Kyra. Just no way. It just hasn't got the handling. it's too understeery through the corners. I don't know if all the Elises are going to suffer from this. It does remain to be seen, but yeah, it could have gone quicker, I have no doubt. That final lap realistically should have actually been quicker if I was a bit better through Sector 2, but yeah, a bit of a disappointing result for the Elise there. I'm sorry for all of the Elise fans, but let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. On to the leaderboard then, and the Lotus Elise 111S goes into 124th place with 32.536, not a hugely impressive time, but it does put it in between two other British cars, the Jaguar XJR vehicle and the TVR Chimera 4 litre, but not a hugely impressive time from the Elise. I'm sure many of the other releases will be able to make up for that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.